Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about climate and the various factors which affects the climate of any place. There are various factors which impacts the climate of any place, and the factors can be the latitude. First of all, latitude of any place, because latitude decides which kind of winds will be flowing in that place. Winds can be easterlies, trade winds, or it can be westerlies or the polar easterlies. So this is how the latitude has some impact on the climate of any place. The second one we have is altitude. Altitude also varies the climate of any place. The third one we have is pressure system. High pressure and low pressure system generated. It means the pressure gradient force. Whenever the pressure gradient force would be there, it will lead to some wind system also. Wind flow direction would be decided by the pressure gradient force. What the easterlies, westerlies, what we were saying, these are determined by the pressure gradient force only. Next one we have is what is the distance from the sea. As we already know that distance from the sea, because this led to uh, two things that are sea breeze and land breeze, that also impacts the climate of any place. And the next one we have is ocean currents also have some role in this. Ocean currents, if they are warm, then it will be hotter climate. If they are cold, then leads to some colder climate in the region. Moving on, we are going to discuss about this. So these are the major climate regions on the Earth's surface. The first one we have is from 0 degree to 10 degree, that is equatorial. The next one is from 10 to 30 degree. We have three divisions under this. On the right side we have this monsoon, then Sudan type of climate or savanna type of climate, then we have desert. Then we have China type, steppe and Mediterranean, then Laurentian, Siberian and British. Coming to this region, this equatorial part, this region receives the high amount of insolation, due to which low pressure is generated. As the low pressure is generated here, leads to more cloud formation, and hence rainfall would occur here. Daily 4 p.m. rainfall is very common in the equatorial latitudes. The next one we have is under the latitudes of 20 degree to 30 degree, 10 degree to 30 degree. So in this we have easterlies. As we know that we have easterlies in these, the easterly trade winds. In these latitude we have these wind system. So what happens in the monsoonal type of climate, as we know that easterly would blow from east side towards the west. This direction would be followed by them, east toward the west. But the monsoonal climate is due to the reversal of these winds. For example, if we are going to see it, let's say here, this is India, and these winds would be moving this side naturally. So this won't lead to rainfall in India, but the reversal of these winds, how the reversal would be done, these would reverse towards this, and that is how India would be getting rainfall. These winds would get reversed. So that is how monsoonal type of climate would be observed. Next one we have savanna type of climate. We can take the example of South Africa or African continent majorly. This is African continent. This is the savanna region. So let's say the winds are coming from this direction. This is in the tropical latitudes also. Winds are coming from this direction. So the coastal region or these regions would be directly receiving the moist part of the rainfall, or the more moist wind will be in the coastal regions, but these regions would not be receiving very much rainfall, or much moist wind would not be reaching in those parts. That is why these regions would be having some grasslands. Savanna type of climate would be there, and grassland would be fine there. But on the corner, let's say this is the block, and some wind is coming with water. So we can divide it into three parts. The first part is where a good amount of rainfall will be received. The next part, some little lesser than the than part one, but the last one would receive very less amount of rainfall because the winds would not be moist till this time. So that is why this desert region would not be receiving much amount of rainfall. That is why on the continents, the westernmost part of the continent is found to be desert because of the less amount of moisture present in the wind reaching to the that corner. Next, we have the China type of climate, steppe type of climate, and Mediterranean type of climate. As we know that we will be receiving westerly winds in this section. Westerlies would be here. So yeah, westerlies would be present here, and so direction of the westerly would be this way. Westerlies would be of different direction. So this direction. So here we would be going to experience some opposite thing. Like we were saying, in case of easterlies, the westernmost part would be some deserts, but in case of westerlies, the easternmost part is more prone to be desert region. Yeah. So in the Mediterranean region, the climate would be different than the other regions because Mediterranean Sea would provide moisture to the winds which are coming. So that is why as the Mediterranean Sea is present, it would give more moisture to the winds. Next, the steppe is, as it is in the mid region, so more chance of it being a grassland. Yeah, as the we have a continent, on the mid part we will be receiving some amount of rainfall, but not as much as on the coastline. Similarly, China region would not be receiving very much high rainfall, but sometimes China also receive rainfall by the monsoonal type, but it is somewhat fraud, not exactly monsoonal, but sometimes the reversal of winds reach till the China also, and in normal cases it receives the rainfall by the westerlies. The next one we have is 45° to 65°. We have British type of climate here. Due to the westerlies, direction would be this. Very cold climate as we are in the higher latitude regions. As latitude have the impact on these on the climate, that is why the climate in the British, Siberian and Laurential is very cold, but depending on the presence of the oceans and the continental and the sea part, the amount of rainfall is decided. And next we have is the polar climate. Very cold climate would be found there. No direct rainfall. We would be getting ice more in those regions. Looking this in the map, we can see that if sea is present, as we can see here, this is Mediterranean Sea. So presence of the sea in any region plays a very important role in deciding the climate of any section. So this region would be receiving rainfall due to the presence of sea here, of course, and as this is Atlantic Ocean, so the westerlies which would be coming from here would be getting moisture again from the Atlantic Ocean, and these regions would get good amount of rainfall. The interior part would not be getting very good amount of rainfall. This is steppe. This is because of the fact that amount of rainfall is lesser here. More grassland would be found here. The next we have is Laurential type of climate, also colder, fun. As here, India, we have monsoonal type of climate because of the reversal of the trade winds. We get good amount of rainfall by the reversal of the trade winds. This section, here we have a savanna type of climate, the grassland one. Here we have a desert also. In the coastal region, we can expect good amount of rainfall. This region, Brazil, we have Amazon forest here. Why this Amazon forest? Because trade winds would be coming in this direction, and this coastal region would receive very good amount of rainfall. So this section receives very good amount of rainfall. This part would be getting grasslands. As this rainfall will be lesser than this, these are evergreen forest, these are grasslands. The evergreen forest, grasslands, or the desert would be formed. I hope you understand the topic well. Thank you for watching.